All right, no BSers. Welcome back. Another week of baseball. Another week, another dollar. Another day, another dollar. I don't think no BSers is going to catch on. No BSers. What's up, no BSers? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, another exciting week. A little bit's changed. But apparently we can't talk about wild card. Apparently we can't say the Padres are going to give the Dodgers run for the money. Everyone's going to get fucking mad. Like, guys, there's only so much to talk about at this point, so let us just talk, guys. It's not that fucking deep.
At the end of the
It's not that
day,
freaking deep. Who
we're the ones
cares?
running this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and they're probably upset because their team's not in the wild card. So I mean, let's just.
So yeah, take us away, Wyatt. Take us
Um,
away.
I'm gonna start with the AL East. Is that okay?
Yeah, start with whatever division you want, honestly.
Um, the AL East, we got the Rays leading with a pretty sizable lead here, 4.5 games.
Yeah, they added. They added.
They added. I mean, they're starting to put a decent amount of games in between
Mm-hmm.
them and the Yankees, and you know, I think after that, though, after the Yankees, it's still a pretty big fall off. Toronto's still 6 games behind the Yankees, which I mean, I think that's better than what it was. I don't remember, but um, I mean, what do you think about the Rays? Obviously, they're a pretty serious contender.
Yeah, there's nothing to say that we didn't say last week. I mean, they're just really they're confirming what we've been saying. They swept Baltimore to start the week. 1-1 right now with the Yankees. Saturday game got postponed. Not sure when they're playing that. But you know, I watched the Friday game. I mean, it was 1-0 Yankees going into like the eighth inning. Rays come back. They have a big. They put up 4 in like the eighth, I think. Won that
Mhm.
game. I mean, they're competitive with each other. I think the Rays beat the Yankees in a series a little ways back. Yeah, they won. Let's see. They swept them. Middle of April. Look, Rays, I think might be the best team in the league. Everyone's talking about the Braves right now. I think the Rays are the best team in the league right now. Really, what I want to talk about, um, is Toronto because they're really interesting right now, and I'm really excited to see how things play out for them because I think going into the season, we can both agree, right? I mean, coming off of a World Series appearance, we thought they were going to be the same team, and they haven't really been playing great.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like over these last couple weeks, I mean, they went what 8-2, no 6-4 in their last 10. Um, I feel like they have been playing better baseball.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, they did lose. Dylan Cease left the game today, and Vladdy left the game today. Dylan Cease with hamstring tightness, and Vladdy after getting hit by a pitch, I believe in the elbow, I think is what I read. So that's going to be big for them because we'll see how long Dylan Cease is out. It doesn't sound like it's going to really affect Cease at all. Um, Vladdy's obviously a big one. That's something to watch. I'm really interested to see how this plays out because I still think that what I'm seeing from Toronto and what I'm seeing from New York, I very much see Toronto in second place in a month or two.
In front of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Because, I mean, I was saying this stuff at the start of the year about how I think the Yankees bullpen is going to get exposed. I don't think Aaron Judge is going to have as good of a year as he's had in the past. I don't think that Trent Grisham, I mean, he's not going to hit over 220. He's still not. I'm not a huge fan of Jazz Chisholm. I said all these things, and everybody was hating on me, and they've still won 31 games, so what can I really say? I'm starting to see the signs of the things happening that I was saying were going to happen at the start of the year, and I get it. It was the start of the year. They were firing all cylinders. Too early to say those things, maybe. We're starting to see the signs with the Yankees, and I think Toronto catches up. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, you called it. I mean, you've said countless times that the second half's gonna be really rough for them. So
Yeah. And I think this bullpen's gonna fall apart a little bit, get into the second half. And I mean, offense is already showing some inconsistency as well. And that's another big thing that we talked about. So see how things play out. Other thing, you called it. Well, actually, I looked this. It's funny. I looked this morning and I saw Baltimore in last place.
Yeah,
I was like, shit, why I called it? But Baltimore, I think, won today.
yeah. It's
So or no, they Baltimore lost, but I think Boston, yeah, Boston also lost. But I think you're right. I think Boston will pass up Baltimore, but I mean, whatever. Who cares who's fourth or fifth in this division? Yeah,
yeah, and Toronto's also only a game out of the wild card. Toronto right now.
really. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
and perfect. I mean, and look, everyone's gonna get mad at us for talking about the wild card. Every single time we talk about wild card standings, everyone's like, why are we talking about wild card in May? And it's like, guys, like, why can't we talk? But, anyways, any more thoughts on the East there?
no, just wanted to reiterate that they're a
Yeah,
game out of wild card for all the wild card lovers out there.
yeah,
Yeah. So the AL Central, um,
fucking snooze
interesting
fest.
division. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say here besides Cleveland's 4.5 game lead. Chicago White Sox in second place, dropped 2 out of 3 against San Francisco. Minnesota's won 4 in a row. But I mean, it's just to me, this is Cleveland all the way
Yeah,
through.
yeah, and it's nice to see because couple weeks here we're looking at Cleveland and there were just a couple games above 500 and at the time Detroit was kind of only a game or two back and we're kind of like look, division sucks. We'll see if Cleveland can even pull this out. They stacked some good weeks together. 8-2 in their last 10, really pulling. I think they're going to pull away a little bit. Um cuz I just look, White Sox are playing good baseball. They're not I don't think that they can win this division. I mean, we'll see what happens. But now the biggest thing here, Detroit, now in last place. And Detroit's a team who I think you and I can both agree we thought were going to be a potential playoff team to start the year.
Mhm.
And I think we did a good job not worrying for a while there. I think now it's safe to say we can worry about the Detroit Tigers. This team is probably not going to make the playoffs this year. Um,
Yeah,
over 10 games below 500 now. And now the rumor is that Tarek Skubal might be gone at the deadline.
I think he's as good as gone at this point. Like, I
You think
mean,
so?
w- and if you are the front office of Detroit, you got to understand he's not coming back.
Right?
That's just not. If you're, they're obviously not going to pay him. They've already
Right.
decided that. Why wouldn't you get the best prospect haul that you can get? Like, just
Yeah.
um, I think there's a few teams that could take him. I think an interesting one, and I think it could win him the division is the Padres.
Hmm.
Um, that's kind of where I want to see him go.
And look, I mean, we talked about the Dodgers and Padres last week. And look, I'm biased because I don't like the Dodgers. I'm a Giants fan. But to everybody's point in the comment section, the Padres have spent a lot of money too, right? They're paying Bogarts, they're paying Tatis, right? They're paying all these guys, and look, if you can't beat them, join them. And I think Skubal might be their opportunity to take a page out of the Dodgers book here and pay someone else a shit ton of money, get this guy at the deadline, extend him, and try and compete with the Dodgers before there's a salary cap.
I like that. I could see a bidding war at the trade deadline between the Dodgers
Hmm.
and the Padres for him. To be honest with you, because I could
Really?
see the Dodgers going for him for
Yeah,
sure.
probably.
I mean, that's probably the weakest point of their team right now. Is there's, I
Hmm.
mean, um, which obviously I don't want to see him go there for
No, not at all.
multiple reasons. But
I might boycott the MLB if Skubal goes to LA, but
yeah, I mean, I also, while we're on the topic, I think this is going to be probably one of the best trade deadlines in years. I think,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it sucks to see his kind of Tigers career end like this, but
Hmm.
why not go to San Diego, a great place and
Yeah.
competitive team? Like, I mean, That's the way to
No,
go.
and I like that point. I think San Diego would be a great spot for the guy. And I think it'd give him a good opportunity to compete for something. And then we can talk more about Dodgers and Padres when we get to that division because
Hmm.
I have some thoughts on that. But
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah. Um, the AL West, the A's are they're doing it right now. I mean, they got a 2.5 game lead, and Seattle is tied with the Rangers for second place now. Is this where they kind of start? I mean, maybe not even say take first place right away, but do you see Texas kind of falling below where Seattle is?
yeah. I mean, said it before. I'll say it again. I think this is Seattle's division. I think the A's are a very admirable team this year,
Hmm.
and I think that they've exceeded expectations. Honestly, and it's a young lineup with a lot of potential, and I think this team is going to be very good one day. Um, But what they're showing right now is not signs of being competitive this year. They're showing signs that they're going to be competitive next year, the year after. Um, I think, and look, the Seattle is one of those teams we've been very patient with. I've said nothing but good things about them, despite them really struggling to start out this year, not producing a lot of offense, putting a lot of pressure on that starting rotation. But I think I don't think it's gonna be pretty. I think Seattle's still not going to play to their potential for a few months here. I really don't think we're going to see this team fire on all cylinders until the end of the year, and even then, we might see them be a one series and done in the playoffs. But luckily for Seattle, this division is not good because the A's are the second best team in this division, and like I said, they're a competitive team this year. They're showing signs of a promising future, but they're not. I mean, you look at some of the other teams that are even in second or third place in some of these other divisions, they're all better than the A's. And Seattle's lucky. They're going to win this division because the rest of the division is not great. They're going to catch up. I mean, that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's good to see the A's winning games.
And it is.
Um,
It's good to see.
yeah, they have a super great young core, especially on the hitting side. Um, I think Seattle's taking this, and I think you're going to see the Rangers kind of maybe not dramatically, but fade out of the picture by July, August for
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
I think they're going to finish exactly where they are. They could
Hmm.
finish ahead of the Athletics, but I mean, I don't see them competing for a wild card this year. So,
Yeah. Mm-mm. Yep.
but
Let's go to the NL here.
hmm
The NL East. Only thing I really have to say here, besides the Braves are, I mean, still 9 games up.
yeah,
Go,
statistically the best team in baseball right now. I mean, record wise. So,
the Nationals are in second place right now. Not
they
what I
are.
was expecting. I mean, Philly's still right there, obviously. I I think Philly will take that second spot. I don't think Washington will stay there, but it's definitely interesting to see. I wasn't expecting Washington to be in second place even at this point in the year, to be honest with you.
No, but
But
I mean, there's some good stuff, and we've talked about, Jordan Walker. I mean, he's having like an MVP level season right now. Philly's interesting because it's like obviously we saw like they played some really good baseball over the last couple weeks, right?
Mhm.
And clearly, like if that offense is firing all cylinders, that team is hard to beat. Um, it's just I just I don't think they're gonna put everything together this year. To your point, will they finish behind Washington? I don't know. Um, can they get into the wild card? I don't know. I mean, to some of our viewers' points, it probably is too early to predict some of the stuff with the wild card. Especially with some of these teams in this division. Um, it actually doesn't shock me though that the Washington Nationals are where they're at right now.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean from what I've seen, um, you stack up the lineup, next to each other. I mean, yeah, Philly has more talent if you go down the list, but this Nationals team just together, I think, is way better than Philly, just overall.
Mhm.
But yeah, this I think with Washington and Philly here, we gotta let this play out. I don't think there's much we can really say definitively right now, other than the fact that no, I don't think it's surprising Washington's where they're at. I think they have a good team. There's a lot of good stuff going on. They work well together. Um, but and the Phillies, they're just inconsistent. They have all the talent that they need, I think. Um, Actually, they just can't put it all together. It seems like, and maybe they will this year, maybe they won't. I mean, I think that's kind of where we got to leave it with those guys.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting summer to watch those 2 for
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
Um, the Central,
Hmm.
another interesting division here. Um, Milwaukee's got a game and a half lead over
Finally.
St. Louis. Chicago Cubs, I mean, you could say over the last week that they're the worst team in baseball. They've lost 8 in a row, right?
Yeah.
Um, Cincinnati and Detroit kind of start or sorry, Cincinnati and Pittsburgh kind of slowly starting to fall out of it somewhat. Um, I mean, hey, St. Louis has proven me wrong so far. I still am gonna stick with the fact that I think they're no better than a 3rd place team. Um, I think Chicago's gonna still take 2nd. I know that's probably a hot take right now. I think they're just struggling. They're a super inconsistent team. I mean,
Hmm.
we talked about them a week or 2 ago being one of the hottest teams in baseball, and now
Right.
it's crazy to me how that works. I mean, I think they'll be right back in the 2nd place here soon, though.
Yeah, I mean, I might have to disagree with you a little bit on that one. I think I like the Cardinals this year. And one thing about the Cardinals is, right, they don't have one guy hitting a lot. Like they're not a home run hitting team. They don't have one guy standing out necessarily, other than Jordan Walker, obviously.
Mhm,
Jordan Walker, right? I just want to make sure I'm not fucking. Um, but one thing I noticed about this team is almost everybody, 1 through 9, has like at least 20 RBIs.
mhm,
And you look at the Rays, you look at the Yankees, it's like they have one guy with like 30, and then you get to like 7, 8, 9, or like leadoff, and they have like 15. And I'm looking at this Cardinals team, and it's like everybody on this team has RBIs. This offense, 1 through 9, is firing on all cylinders. I said that phrase like 3 times tonight, but that's okay. Everyone's contributing, right? You want to talk about baseball as a team sport. The Cardinals offense right now is the definition of a team. Um, and I think that's hard to beat. It's really
mhm,
hard to beat. Um, Pitching staff is, competitive. Obviously like McGreevy's having a good year. But I disagree. I don't think that they can beat the Brewers out. I mean, I know they had a slow start. They were still playing well. Like the Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, they just had a really hot start.
mhm,
Played way better than they should have. No offense to those teams. I think Cincinnati and Pittsburgh are right where they should be. That's where they're gonna stay. Probably exactly in that order. Pittsburgh will finish last. Cincinnati will finish in third. Um, Maybe, because again, I disagree with you with the Cubs as well. We got a little. I mean, we were convinced a little bit when they're the hottest team in baseball, but we should have stuck to our word because we said it. We said their first good week, we were like, hey, Cubs are just on a hot streak. All right, it's not gonna last. And then 2 weeks went by and they're still playing pretty good. Like, hey, maybe we were wrong. Okay, I think we were right, honestly. I really do. But Milwaukee's division, do not count out St. Louis at all. Do not.
yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna get some hate out of St. Louis. I just don't think they're real contenders to me. Like, even
Okay.
I just I, I do agree with the Chicago take. I really do think, though, this team just has too much talent to be I mean, obviously they've lost 8 in a row. That's a bad time to say
Mhm.
that, but um, I this might be a hot take here, but I even have a hard time finding them missing a wild card spot at the end of the year because I really think
See,
if you look
that's
at
where I'm
that,
at with St. Louis, though. I don't see St. Louis missing a wild card spot.
if my life's on the line and I had to pick the Cubs or the St. Louis Cardinals, I'm taking the Chicago Cubs to get the
Aliens
last wild card.
pointing the death beam at the Earth. Give me
Taking
Andre
Andre.
Iguodala.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Cardinals are overrated. Cubs are gonna come back. I can hear the people cheering for me in
I
Chicago
don't know. The
right now.
fact that they're hitting 250 as an offense and every
Hey,
single
hey.
player on that team's got 20 plus RBIs says otherwise.
I mean, one of their players is more. He's busy yelling at some lady fan. I don't know if you saw,
No, I did. Yeah, I haven't gotten a lot of social media time today.
but hey, Chicago will be back. Don't forget who they are. Besides
All
this
right.
8 games.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Clip it. Fucking put it on the gram.
Yeah. Um, and the NL West. Um, unfortunately, the Padres have fallen a little bit back,
Hmm.
game and a half. Nobody wants to see. I mean, the Dodgers are like I would compare them to like the Empire in Star Wars, right? No, nobody likes those guys. Nobody likes those guys.
Nobody likes the Dodgers except Dodger fans. I gotta stop using hashtag Dodgers when we talk about the Dodgers, and I just gotta hashtag every other team in that division just so I can get everyone in the comments hating on the Dodgers instead of just 130 Dodger fans in the comment section, dude.
Yeah, listen, nobody likes the Dodgers. Okay, I mean, half the people that go to their games just wear the LA hats and have no idea what's going on. Just like Laker fans, but I mean that's another conversation. But I mean, look, Arizona's doing decent. They're 4.5 back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not much to say about the Giants or Rockies, right? I mean, Giants took two
Yeah,
out of
no, I
three, I
mean,
guess, against Chicago. That's kind of cool. But I mean,
whoop de doo, bro. I mean,
whoop-de-doo. Dodgers are going to play Colorado starting tomorrow.
let's go
I mean,
Rockies.
let's go Rockies. Let's get that sweep going. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I have much to say here besides,
Yeah, I mean, me neither. I mean, I'm gonna stand by what I said last year. I mean, I think we're gonna see San Diego and LA compete this year. I do. And this isn't oh, Dodgers aren't as good. All right, I get it. You guys won back-to-back World Series. I get it, guys.
screw the
Okay.
Dodgers, bro.
But this year. This is 2026. This isn't 2025. This isn't COVID year. Okay, this is this year. Padres like look, I'm a Giants fan. I've been watching this division for a really long time. We both have.
Hmm.
I totally understand the narrative around the Padres. I think they look different this year. And not different. Look, they're probably not going to beat out the Dodgers this year. They're probably not. Like, let's be realistic here, but they're going to compete. They're going to go back and forth. I'll say it again, Dodgers, I don't think they'll pull away by 9 games this year. I think it's going to come down to kind of that last month of the season. Either way, both of these teams are probably going to be in the playoffs, whether they're first place in the West or they're in the wild card. Either way, they're going to be in it. It's going to be fine. So let's not all get in some panic about me not saying the Dodgers aren't as good as they were last year. Okay, let's just chill, but let's accept the fact that the Padres are good this year. How about that?
Yeah, that was very respectful of the Dodgers. I mean, first, I mean, screw the Dodgers, right? Like that's where we're at. I'm gonna make another Star Wars reference here. Here's what's gonna happen, right? Dodgers are gonna go get one of the best pitchers in baseball. You know who I'm talking about. They're gonna go get Skewball. He's gonna be like the Luke Skywalker. He's gonna come out and he's gonna defeat the Empire. Okay,
Oh yeah,
I'm
the
tired.
Padres are going to get.
Padres are gonna get Skewball. He's gonna stop the madness that's going on in LA. Okay, I'm sick of this. I'm so sick of the Dodgers, dude. Nobody likes you guys. Okay, stadium's trash. I mean, I, nobody. I mean, you can agree with me, right? I mean, you probably got Dodger buddies, but I mean,
I do actually.
yeah, I mean, hey, you got your team's trash.
And
I
you
mean,
know
at
what?
least I can admit mine's
I
trash.
have I
So
have
I
a
mean,
ton of I have a ton of friends that are Dodgers fans because I went to school in SoCal, and you know what? Love them. They are intolerable when it comes down to talking about baseball. I can't stand it, dude. They're the most. They're like how the Yankee fans were, for the last decade. I mean, Yankee fans have chilled out a little bit, but the Dodgers are the new Yankees right now, dude. And it's just, they're going to be talking about their back to back World Series championships for the next 15, 20, 30 years, dude. We're going to be in 2060. The Dodgers are going to be 15 games below 500. We went back to
there
back
we
back
go.
in 2020, 2025, and 2024.
That's the energy I like from you right there. Otani should be in prison for sports betting. Mookie Betts sucks. I mean, he's literally having I mean, what's he hitting this year?
Mookie Betts is zesty as hell. Let's not forget that, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some interesting things going on in the clubhouse. Um, I mean, I can't talk. I'm a San Francisco fan, so I mean, I guess I can't talk there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what's he
There's a
hitting?
lot of interesting stuff going on in that city, so we can't say shit. But
Mookie
not as interesting
Betts.
as going on in LA, so that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're thrusting each other. I mean, I guess the Giants are doing that too. Mookie Betts is hitting 171 with 4 home runs, nine
Hasn't he been hurt?
RBIs. I, I don't defend the guy. Actually, you know what? No, thank you. Mookie Betts can't even stay healthy, and when he is, he's trash. He can't even hit 200. Um, I mean, look, overrated.
Dalton Rushing's an asshole.
Dalton Rushing has such a punchable face. Like if I saw him in a bar and he said something, I'd probably just punch him in the face, bro. It's worth it. I mean, you got Harrison Bader hitting higher than him right now, Mookie Betts. I mean, what else do you? I mean, you got Drew freaking Gilbert hitting higher than that guy right now. Like I don't know what else to say. I mean, you got. I mean, you really want to get low? Willie Adames is hitting way higher than
All
you.
right, all right.
I mean,
Hey, that's the state of the MLB.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Oh,
Okay, now
well,
I'm done. Now I'm done.
take us away, dude. Hey, if you
No,
got more, get it all out now.
I'm just so sick of the fans in LA that are just like three P. Yeah, you're gonna three-peat because you're like cheating the
Kansas City
system.
Chief fans, dude.
It's funny. I've always compared the two for sure. Like the Chiefs are just super overrated, right? Overall, like at least okay, the Dodgers, as much as I hate them, they won back to back. I'll give it to them. I think they did some weird money stuff, but that's all right. We'll talk about that another time. But the Chiefs are just a whole nother issue. But we won't get into that. We can talk about that
Bro, you know
maybe.
what's so funny? I think I've told you this. My roommate in college, all right, you know, day one, we're all bullshitting, getting to know each other. He's like, yeah, I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I'm also an LA Dodgers fan, and I'm a Los Angeles Lakers fan.
Respectfully, before I say this, you're what's wrong with the world. Okay, so here, listen.
No, but he'll sit here and defend it. He's like, no, I'm not a bandwagon dude. I mean, my parents were Dodgers fans, and like my uncle was a Chiefs fan, and like I grew up watching Alex Smith, and like I watched Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech, and he's like, I was a day one Chiefs fan. Dude wakes up on Sunday morning, okay, at like 2 o'clock because he's lazy. No offense, roommate. You know who you are. I'm not gonna name drop you on the podcast, but wakes up at 2 o'clock on Sunday, freaking Patrick Mahomes jersey, freaking orange Chiefs beanie. All right. Not only that, the Chiefs jersey is on top of an orange Chiefs hoodie that he wears with the beanie. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here with my Raiders hat on, just trying to enjoy some NFL red zone, watch my fantasy team play. Here he comes trucking out. I'm just like, oh my God.
Um, I mean, there's a lot I could say there. I mean, try going after a woman instead of guys. Take off the Mahomes jersey, bro. Nobody wants to see your Kermit the Frog bullshit going on. I mean, listen, I can't stand those guys. I really can't. I mean, you shouldn't either.
The
You're a
the
Raiders
the
fan.
the the Kansas City Empire, the rebellion has
I-
destroyed the Death Star. Okay,
If the Kansas City Chiefs were the Death Star, I would go alone into that son of a bitch. And maybe I probably wouldn't win that, right?
all right.
Obviously.
Emperor Patrick Mahomes. All right, he was thrown down the reactor unit. All right, of the Death Star when he blew his knee out. That's probably a terrible thing to say, but the reign of the Empire is over. This will be. That was terrible. Knock on wood.
Actually, you know what?
Freaking all the. Just, I'm sorry. That was probably too much,
Actually,
but
I'll
I
make it way
actually.
worse. I hope it happens again. Anyway,
Oh, come on.
week one, I'm just joking. Week one, he's playing one of the best defenses in football.
He, yeah, he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, hey, this will be the Broncos division for the time being. So
We'll see. I think the Raiders are coming. I think the Raiders.
this will be the Broncos division for the next 2 or 3 years, and then I think the Raiders will have a couple good years with Mendoza. Um, but
Mendoza, Herbert, Mahomes.
I
Nobody's. I mean,
Herbert deserves a good year, man. He really
I
does.
I love Herbert, right? I mean, I feel like
Yeah,
he's
huge fan.
probably a little bit of a weird guy in real life, maybe.
Yeah,
But I'd
he's
love to.
super smart, dude.
Yeah, went
Dude,
to Oregon.
he graduated from Oregon with like he would have been he would have been like a doctor or something. I can't remember what his degree was in, but he's like a 4.0, freaking super smart dude. Would have been successful either way.
I
Not
mean,
as successful as No BS, but
yeah, he's no BS, and it is what it is. But I mean, we kind of went on a big ranch and tangent there.
yeah,
But
that's okay.
my hatred.
It's alright. It happens to the best of us, you know.
Maybe I'm like Darth Sidious. I have the hatred in me.
Yeah. Shit.
Is that you have anything else?
Nah, man. Nah, you know what? You said everything that needed to be said.
Shout out to your roommate though. I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy, but
Yeah, he is. He's a great guy. Very kind soul.
just really maybe soul search for a good team before football starts
Yeah.
again.
Pick a city, bro. Pick a city. I
That's
picked a city and then they decided to move, so what can I say? Although then again, I'm a Portland Trailblazers fan, and so I don't which has its own
yeah.
issues.
I
They
mean,
made the
it's
playoffs this year though, so that was good.
at least you're not a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back next week with another weekly episode. Probably talking about some of the same bullshit. Tampa Bay Rays, Dodgers, all this freaking Guardians, Braves, but
Mahomes.
hey, yeah. Shit on the Dodgers a little bit more next week. Talk about how bad the Tigers are and, all that good stuff. But
Yep.
peace.